Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, to forgive our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For God is the kingdom. God is the power. God is the glory. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, as long as it's in God's name. It's got to be in God's name. It has to be in God's name. What makes me tick? What inspires me to get out here on this beautiful Sunday morning? In spite of all the things that comes at me, physically, mentally, and spiritually. You have to figure out which one is coming at you with, the essence of God, and which one is coming with you with the funk of evil, because they both they come they both had the same intention. Is the intention is to intervene, to take your soul. To take your soul. And the more, and the earlier and that's the thing, if you speak on God first, give God the grace, give God the glory. And just sit back and just pay attention to your day. All you have to do is just sit back. Just give it to God. And God, with God, you will receive. It may not be what you want, but you will receive. I can't help to think about this lady, man. She was in a car. I mean, having DDT. She was upset. She was crying and in a car, in a vehicle, and she kept going over and over and over on, where you at, God? Where you at? Just crying. Just, why are you doing this to me? Why me? Why me? I mean, that was all. People do. You see, man, social media, you see some of the weirdest stuff. Why me? Why me? God, why me? What have I done to you? And you see a lot of them, God ain't real. Where you at? They just, I mean, you gave up on you. It isn't that God. I mean, and people don't understand why she over there raving and ranting about where you at. God was right there when the devil was speaking in your ear and you taking that bad money. You did a bad deal. Oh, money. You know, they don't give you the whole story. They just, oh, I hate God. Ain't no God. But yeah. But you didn't holler God when you over there spending that bad money, doing all that evil stuff. Uh, where was the God then? God didn't even come out your name. Devil over there just singing in your ear. Oh, you ain't thought nothing about God. Now the tide has turned. Everything's been twisted. Evil has been revealed. Now you want to holler God. That people do strange stuff. Well, now you want to holler God when you thought it was a good time. Oh, and that's 90% of the people. That's the way they think. Uh, that's about like me. I mean, I prayed. I, you know, uh, and that was a habit I caught from my ex-wife. We both prayed together. Every day, every night, we prayed. I just didn't. I didn't see. You know, I carried the church with me. Christian. They go to church. They work for the church. They work. I I work for God. I don't work for no church. I work for God. And that's funny how that worked because now I am receiving a direct line. I have a direct line to God. That's funny how that worked though. That people that do all this for the church and do everything for the church and they don't have a direct line to God. They have to go through channels. They have to go through the middleman. That's funny how that works. They don't receive these messages, man. Yeah. That's funny though. I mean, and if they only knew the message, that came with all of that, all this false stuff, all this pretending, all just fake, 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 and you just have to go. Where are they now? The fake people. After after everything in the dog will come out in the light. Everything. But I have a direct line. I mean, and when you got that direct line, people will do anything, try to break that chain. They will do. I mean, if it's a bad word, I've been called it. People try to shake you up. entities come to you, try to shake you up, try to twist you up, try to take you, ball you up, and try to twist you, and you know, ain't no God. The invisible man. It's not a man. It's not a man. It's a spirit. It's your soul. People don't. You look up in the sky looking for God. Come on now. You look up in the sky. It's a giant white man up there just come to save you. No, it ain't like that. Lord have mercy. Oh boy. Spirits. And you read your Bible, and it's spirit. No face, no nationality. Man, and that's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, the woman, I mean, but that's the way it works, man. When you know, and then you realize that the devil, you done signed that contract with the devil. That's why you in that car crying and can't figure it out, don't know what's going on. God, every time I sit down and try to, and work on my mental every morning, I get them messages from that direct line. This is, I'm being channeled right now as we speak. As we speak, I don't have to write things down. I didn't know what I was gonna say, but I know it had to do something about this woman in that car. About it. Oh God, where you at? Where you at, my life? You wasn't saying that when you over there laughing and smiling and enjoying the devil's instrument. God there looking at you, smiling, and God was there. And it ain't no big white cloud in the sky. You think the invisible man, Lord have mercy. The thing is, God will reveal Himself. It real revealed through. It'll try to channel to you. It'll try to connect to you, but not in the way you think. God will use you, and you don't even realize it. But that's when it gets tricky. The difference between God and the devil, man, it's God will work through children. Kids. I had there's a group, a gang, kids, young boys, man. They after they had been in my yard, then they come out of my yard and ask me, can we shoot in your goal? I told them no. My thing is, what if one of y'all get hurt? Your parents gonna come right to me. I don't know what the word is out over him, and then it I don't know what sent you over him. School will start back summer. All these years, y'all decide now why you pick this particular time to want to come over here in my yard. Why? It's a reason for everything. And people now are different, man. They, one of the kids come over and get hurt, guess what? They want to sue you. But I have a problem with kids coming in my yard because kids come over here, they like to steal. They leaving with something like Denzel said. They leaving with some. I got all my tools and things and this and that and this is not the first rodeo. And sometimes they get to where they want to go sneak in the door, and that is dangerous. That I done had that happen. Kids, but they want to leave with something. I told them no. I go look back after I told them no, they back there, having a good time, boy. After I told them no. And they looking at me like I'm wrong. I done told you no, but you're hard headed. Why you want to come in? Oh, why I didn't see you during the summer? Why haven't I seen y'all before? And I don't know what the word this community has spread out over here, but it's funny how there's a lot of gatherings all around me. People want to get close, boy. This all eyes on me. I'm telling you, all eyes on me. I'm noticing certain things. All of these gatherings, even family, they own you, but they hate you. They disrespect. That's disrespectful. Now, why would I invite you? And after that little incident, why would I? They mad now because I told you no, but you disrespectful, and that leads to the parents. And that makes me wonder what's the agenda behind it, because I look at everything. I look at everything. Why? Who sent y'all over here? Somebody had to send them kids over here. Just like I'm wondering who financing these fireworks. These kids, they can't afford that. Who financing all these fireworks? They can't afford that. I'm wondering who got you over here? It's somebody pulling them strings. Because now it used to be once a time where there were kids here. But there's a reason for everything. There is a reason. Now I'm wondering who sent them over here. But they come with disrespectful. They don't have no respect. But like I said, I'm leaving with something. People, these generation now, boy, especially these kids, they just don't. Then you got to look at the mindset in the schools. These kids, boy, this is different. When there's no discipline, guess what? There is if you don't deliver discipline, you're not going to receive any discipline. There must be discipline in a household, or else you're gonna have a lot of, you know. But anyway, it just, it's the way I feel like that woman in that car. Now things going bad. Now she, oh God, oh God. That's the way people. I mean, I'm gonna get up and speak on God, whether things are good or bad. It don't matter. This is 7 days, 24 hours. 365. It don't matter. I mean, that was part of my sermon when I first started this. You speak my name, I make things real plain. It don't have to be hard. I will solve your puzzles if you can't figure it out. I will carry your load when you can't give it out. That's me. that ain't that's from me. But I'm just, but that's the way the world works. After you done figure out you done sign that contract with the devil, things start going down the hill, money start leaving. That means you start losing stuff. Now, oh God, ain't no God. Oh, why me, God? Oh, why not you? Yeah, why not you? And the thing is, when you have this direct line, you don't have to worry about being paranoid or depressed. You don't even have to worry about trying to figure it out, because guess what? The universe has a way, especially with that direct line, boy. It's something else. God gonna give. It's just that you got to know when the messages come. You got to know what to look for. And this is no strange. People will look at you when you speak like this. They look. No, you go to any church, they would tell you the same thing I'm telling you right now. You see that? But see that you got to figure out the timing, why, when, where. The timing. The timing is the most important. Why? Why? Is this a coincidence? Not a coincidence. I live about 2-3 miles from the airport. So, in other words, this is a military city, military town. It's military. Navy. You got Navy, Marines, you got the Army, you got them all here. You know, in them military towns like Area 51, you always have strange things that happen. You pay attention. You know, strange things always happen in the military towns. You know, in a lot of places I've been, you know, uh, the military town has been shut down. I mean, you know, places like Indianapolis, Memphis, military is gone. They used to have a military town, but they gone. They shut down. This one is open. They still going. A lot of power. A lot of power come with that. A lot of power. A lot of power. New Orleans still open. Atlanta shut down because Tyler Perry bought it. You know. Yeah. Oh, but anyway, I mean, I just thank God, man, for a beautiful. It's Sunday. It's you know, it's man, it's gorgeous. The weather is perfect, and I'm sitting there, and I'm about to, you know, live my Sunday the best way I know how, and the best way is what God given me to use for my advantage. I done passed the first test for the day. I live my life by these tests, these manifestations, and it just keep getting better and easy. Now it's getting to the point where I can make my own rules. I can pick and choose what is it that I want to do, or I don't have to leave home, embedded in fear. Because every time you see me, I've been channeled. I've been, I've got all the info that I need to get out here to survive, to maneuver, how to wiggle my way through you. These are the blessings of being direct, having that direct line, not worshiping an invisible man, in the sky, the pie in the sky, not worshiping. I don't worship, I don't worship. I don't look up in no sky. That's funny. After man, God is all around us, and the universe just channel certain things to try to try to give you the intentions of certain things that happen, man. And if you see some of these videos that I see, man, like certain incidents happening before your death, before your plane crash, before your car crash, or 18-wheeler, man. It's certain you everywhere. There are cameras everywhere. Cameras, people have to use cameras everywhere. People, and with these cameras, people sharing these videos, man. They showing all kind of. I don't know if they aware, but they life was saved by, just one incident of a animal. Any kind of physical realm that's involved with God, that God could use animals. God used animals, to save your life. Like, when these dogs show up, stray dogs, that's a message. That's a message. I see the man. These dogs are smart. They come with a message. Sometimes they come to check up on you. And then I wonder, who was you in a past life? But I wonder, how can anybody on this planet, look at anything with any kind of activity that happens on this planet and just say, and because we are stupid. We stupid. We don't know. We don't know 90% of the things that happens. Why do they have these little seances? Why do they have these little they little groups, these secret societies? Why do they have that? That they know they've been in tune in certain things that the rest of the earth that don't know. Why are there sacrifices? Sacrificial lamb, sacrificial chicken. It all depends on what part of the world you at. Sacrifices are everywhere. Sacrificial humans, These vampires are real people. It ain't. It's not like Dracula. It's real, man. Why does Halloween exist? Why do scary movies exist? Ghosts, ghosts. Who and why do they write this stuff? I'm going over things that I used to. I ask now, man. I mean, since I joined Google, and I ask and I share, receive. I don't know if it's going to be the proper answer, but it's going to be the answer that that was provided and regurgitated to that system. That's all you're going to get. You're going to get with what, but who really knows? That's just like billions and billions of solar systems, billions and billions of planets. And you think we the only entities out here on a spaceship? Billions and billions and billions and trillions of solar system, planets. Man, come on now. But we can only go as far as our mind take us. And if you really look at it, we can't even figure out the Sphinx. We can't. I mean, that technology is above our pay grade, and we just can't figure it out. But if you were to, oh no, that's the way people on this planet think. Oh no, no, that can't happen like that. It can't happen. I didn't do it. That's the way they think. Well, if I didn't do it, it can't be done. I'm telling you, that's the way people think. That's a sick way of, that way of thinking gets a lot of people hurt. A lot of people. If I can't do it, it can't be done. Okay, what is it you done did? What kind of special skills that you possess? So, damn. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm sitting to let this go, man. I love God, I love me, and I love my life. And I'm about to take this day and use it to my advantage, regardless of whatever entity might come to invade or try to blow hoodoo, voodoo, or even doo-doo. But one thing I do know, they coming. They coming to interrupt anything that God has in store for me. Anything. I'm still here. And God do send me with gifts, not for me, but for you to receive. But and that's the sad part. Not only me, there are others. God send gifts they give them gifts to send to give to you. But most of them, they take the gifts and spend it on them. They use it on themselves. They don't share. Those are the ones, if I can't do it, no one can. Everyone, it's all about me. God, that's why them people, you have to ask, where are they at now? Where they at? Think about that. It's all about me. Where are they now? God sent them to share. He sent them to help you. They helping themselves. Now, you none of void. You pretty boy Floyd, sitting in the cell. Y'all have a blessed day.